Today happens to be one of those Fridays. Yep, it's Food Hack Friday. What is up, you guys? TGIF. My name is Kira if you are new, and in today's video, I am back with another Food Hack Friday. So if you guys are new here, I've been doing segments on my channel for well over 2 years now from these cookbooks that I found at the Dollar Tree. And they were both written by Peggy Wang, who's a BuzzFeed editor. And these are all viral recipes that she's all compiled into these 2 cookbooks. So one of them is the Amazing Food Hacks book, and there are 75 different hacks in there. And like I said, I've been sharing them for 2 years. So I'll link the entire playlist down below if you guys want to go ahead and check out past ones. And then I also share out of this dessert and booze hacks book. No booze hacks this time, just the food and the desserts, but I have lots of awesome things to share with you guys. So we're going to jump right into one of the desserts out of the dessert and booze hacks book. And this is called Last Minute Glazed Banana Slices. And when I first saw this, I said, all right, I got some bananas I need to use up, and this is going to be perfect. So it says, if you need an emergency dessert, throw these bananas over anything. Seriously, put them in a shoe and I will still spoon them out and eat them. They are that good. So I was a little surprised, but this turned out to almost be like a bananas Foster, and it was delicious. So you need butter, brown sugar, orange juice, bananas, and cinnamon. That's literally it. So we're going to put our tablespoon of butter into a saucepan onto the stove and let that melt. We're going to slice up our bananas, and once the butter has melted, we're going to add in 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Go ahead and mix that all together, and then you're going to add in your bananas. And once you've gone ahead and covered all of your bananas with that brown sugar butter mixture, and you see that it almost looks like it's about to caramelize there, you're going to throw in a few tablespoons of orange juice and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and you're just going to continue working it on the stove until that thick glaze almost acts as a caramel. And then we just went ahead and poured it over some ice cream. Mason's more vanilla, Maya is chocolate. He got green sprinkles and whipped cream. She got pink sprinkles and whipped cream, but it was warm and gooey, and it melted the ice cream just perfectly. It was so delicious. I almost felt like I could have just continued to spoon that stuff out of the frying pan and eat it myself. I was really impressed with it. It took no time at all to pull it together, and it certainly would be a quick dessert in a pinch. So here's another dessert that I was absolutely ecstatic to share with you guys because I physically buy these in the store all of the time. So you need 2 ingredients, and it's crescent rolls and M&Ms, and it's the Petite Pain au Chocolat. And it says, you might be thinking, so what? These are M&Ms and crescent rolls. But no, an unexpected alchemy happens in the oven that turns these 2 unassuming ingredients into a surprisingly legit dessert, which is exactly why I gave this stupid easy recipe a fancy pants name. And yes, you guys, that is the M&Ms that I used for that last Pinterest hack, and it's also what I used for my kids' spring lunches. So we are getting our full money's worth out of this M&Ms, let me tell you. But I have those M&Ms and then Great Value crescent rolls, you guys, and literally watch what we're going to turn it into. I never would have imagined that these would turn into those chocolate-filled croissants that I buy from Costco. So we're just going to go ahead and get ourselves out a sheet pan, and we're going to lay out our crescent rolls just like we would if we were going to roll them up to make regular crescents. You're also going to set the oven to the same temperature that you would following the instructions on the can. And then it tells you to put in 8 to 10 M&Ms per crescent roll. So I went ahead and just did like a colored theme thing. It actually didn't matter because the color kind of dissolved into those crescent rolls anyway. So the color scheme really doesn't matter. But once you have your M&Ms on there, you're just going to go ahead and roll them up just like you would any other crescent roll. And again, a lot of these food hacks are super easy if you want to go ahead and get your kids into the kitchen kitchen. So that's Maya right now putting her various different M&Ms into her crescent rolls. So we're 6 of us. I only did 6. I used the other 2 crescents for Easter itself. This was filmed before Easter, so I used those 2 crescents for Easter Day, but I just made one of these for each of us. That's it. You're going to bake them in the oven following the instructions. And then I did my very best to get the camera to focus for you to see what it looks like on the inside, but literally those M&Ms, they almost dissolve, just leaving this really warm, ooey gooey chocolate filling, just like you bought those croissants from Costco and stuck them in the microwave or the oven for a minute. What a simple but delicious dessert. Now, speaking of simple, we're going to go ahead and do the walking taco, you guys. Now, I need to stop out on a limb and say that I didn't know what a walking taco was until I started doing YouTube. So this says, think of this as Taco's crazy ass brother-in-law you only see once a year. But boy, is he fun. So I have a sandwich bag here because we're going to put Fritos inside of the sandwich bag. Typically, you're supposed to do a walking taco in one of these small bags of chips, but a small bag of Fritos. So I only got a big bag of Fritos, and we're going to put it in that clear sandwich bag, which will give you guys a better visual anyways. And the instructions in here tell you to use black beans. But anytime I've ever heard anybody reference doing a walking taco, they're using taco meat, whether it's ground turkey or regular ground beef. But I had just made a batch of chili right before I filmed this. If you guys just saw my what's for dinner video, then you saw that I had a bowl of chili in that video. So this was actually leftover chili, which I thought would be fantastic as that topping because it's using that beans that they're calling for, but with that ground beef, and that chili came out amazing. And then I have all the toppings here: lettuce, tomato, cheese, red onion, cilantro. I have sour cream. I mean, you guys can literally go crazy here and do avocado. You can do black olives. You can do whatever taco sauce, like hot sauce, whatever your heart desires. But no matter what, this was still really fun for me because this was a first. Again, I had never heard of a walking taco before I started doing YouTube, and then everybody started talking about them, and I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I sit down with tacos on a plate, and this was really fun to try. So I put some of the Fritos in the clear plastic sandwich bag and I broke them up, and then I broke up the Tostitos in its own bag, and then I went ahead and took that chili and then I put that on top of the Fritos and then on top of the Tostitos. Now you can see I'm actually talking to Maya because she was the one who was going to go ahead and eat the one out of the bag, the Tostitos. So I had her choose all of her toppings, everything that she wanted. I gave her her spoon and then I handed it to her, and she was so excited because she makes a mess with tacos. So this was such a wonderful way for her to eat it. And then now it was Mom's turn. And again, this was like silly to me because I just didn't understand, like, why wouldn't I put this in a bowl? But I went ahead and put all of the toppings on it, some good old hefty load of sour cream. And then I'm giving you guys a look of just what it looks like inside of the bag. But it was pretty neat because I ended up sitting outside with Maya when we ate that. So I got the whole concept of the walking taco because we didn't have to use a paper plate or anything like that. Like, we sat outside together, we each ate our tacos, and I feel like that's something that you can do literally anywhere. Take it to the beach, camping, something. It's really easy to assemble it that way if you set everything up ahead of time. So I was glad that I finally went ahead and finally took the plunge and tried the walking taco. So this hack I was unsure of, and I'm definitely going to try it again because what it wants you to do is find some kind of brothy soup and add it to instant mashed potatoes. So it says souped up soup, add instant mashed potatoes to a sad sack can of soup, and it's transformed into a filling winter bisque that's remarkably satisfying. The garlic amps up the flavor of the soup, but if you only have a regular instant mashed potatoes, you can just go ahead and add some garlic salt. So I got this great value vegetable soup. I thought the broth would be really good in that to thicken with that instant mashed potatoes. So it tells you to add a good heaping tablespoon of instant mashed potatoes. And I'm going to be honest, it tells you to just keep cooking it until it thickens. I let it cook for a while and I probably should have added more instant mashed potatoes. I wanted to follow the exact recipe for you guys, but if you want to try this recipe, I would suggest just adding more of those instant mashed potatoes. But I will tell you this, I could taste the undertone of the garlic mashed potatoes in there. So had I had added a little bit more and just made it a little bit thicker, like a cream of wheat or more like an oatmeal, that's kind of how I was imagining it in my head, I think it would have been so much better. So stay tuned. I'm going to try that one again. If you guys have tried it, let me know. But I feel like it would be so much better with me just getting it a little bit thicker. All right, now here's the fun part. I put these on Instagram because I made these on Easter and you guys were like, when are you going to share these? So these are called baby banana cream pies. These tiny parcels of cute make your average slice of banana cream pie look like a boring slab of concrete. And the sugar cookie shell is quite the game changer. You'll have eaten 6 by the time your brain can even process the words portion control. So I found the Dunkaroo ones and I thought those would be absolutely perfect to recreate this whole banana cream pie idea. Being that I was doing this on Easter, I have the little Cadbury mini eggs. They want you to put a slice of banana on top. So I have a banana for that. And then the recipe calls for some pudding, but not everybody in my family likes banana pudding. So I got some of the banana cream pie pudding and then some of the dark chocolate pudding. And then of course I have whipped cream. So we're just going to go ahead and roll the pieces of cookie dough into a ball and we're going to stick it into the bottom of a cupcake tin. So it says it's only going to make 12, and that's exactly what we got because we rolled each of those 12 pieces of cookie already pre-cut into the cupcake pan using the regular directions on the back. And then I used a shot glass while they were still warm and kind of pushed it into the bottom of the cookie. So it gave us a divot to almost make like a pie shell. Once that they cooled, I put them on a cooling rack to cool. Once they completely cooled, then we're just going to go ahead and top it with our topping. Now, if you want to do the solely banana cream kind of thing, then I would just stick with the banana cream pudding. But think about the options because there's literally so many different flavors of pudding. So you can just use that sugar cookie idea as your hull and then fill it with anything. So since that there were 12, I did 6 with the banana cream pudding and then I do 6 with the dark chocolate pudding. And then once that you're done filling your pudding into those little cups, then you're going to top them with a slice of banana. Again, not everybody digs banana. Like Jake is not a banana fan at all. So I did 3 of the chocolate with a slice of banana and then 3 of the banana cream with the slice of banana. And then each one of them got a little dollop of whipped cream. And then I just went back and added the Cadbury eggs on top. And it was perfect because there was 12 Cadbury eggs in that little package. So it worked out perfect. There was enough for each one. But I loved the way that they came out. They looked so festive to me. I felt like they were perfect for Easter. But I mean, again, it's endless because you could skip the pudding altogether. And then what if you do some strawberries that you let sit in a little bit of sugar so that they gathered a glaze and then you use that like a strawberry shortcake and top it with fresh whipped cream? I feel like my mind was just running because I would do that with brownie, same thing in the cupcake pan, or larger cookies or chocolate cookies. Like, oh my goodness, I just couldn't get my mind to stop running. But that is it, you guys, for this time's Food Hack Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. I think I still have like almost another year's worth of being able to share some of these videos, especially since I haven't been sharing them once a month like I had planned to. But I just kind of like that some of these things are so ridiculously stupid and easy that you would never even think of them. But then when you try them, you're like, oh yeah, why have I never tried this before? I have everything in my fridge right now. I'm going to go make it. So if you guys decide that you're going to try anything or make anything, please come back into the comments and let me know. If you guys are new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future food hack videos. I love you guys all so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.